My dearest listener, your guardian angels have a message for you. A message that carries both mystery and revelation, one that stirs the heart and asks for your openness and compassion. It concerns someone who holds a dear place in your life, someone whose soul feels intertwined with yours in ways words can barely capture. This person has been carrying a heavy secret, a truth that has weighed upon their heart for far too long. They have lived in quiet fear, haunted by the thought of how you might react if the truth ever reached your ears. Imagine, if you will, the depth of that fear. What could be so significant, so deeply troubling, that it keeps them awake at night, their heart pounding with anxiety over what you might think or say? The angels whisper that this truth is tied to the past. A past moment, an action, a decision, that they believe could shatter the delicate yet powerful bond you share. But before you let judgment cloud your heart, the angels invite you to walk with them through this revelation, to understand not just the mistake, but the love, fear, and humanity behind it. This person, the one whose secret now seeks light, is not just anyone. They are someone whose soul has danced with yours through lifetimes, bound to you by threads of energy too ancient and sacred to be severed by earthly missteps. You have shared laughter and tears, moments of silence and joy that transcended mere friendship or kinship. To them, you are not simply important. You are irreplaceable, their compass and calm in the storm. Yet somewhere along their journey they faltered. A mistake was made, not out of malice, not out of ill will, but out of confusion, fear, or circumstances beyond their control. It was a human moment, an unintentional stumble that cast a shadow over their heart. They have carried this weight silently, allowing it to fester within them, convinced that if you knew, your heart would turn cold and distant. The fear of losing your love, your trust, your warmth, that fear has become their torment. They have played countless scenarios in their mind, imagining the moment they finally tell you the truth. Each time their courage falters, their voice catches, and their heart sinks under the pressure of what if you turn away? What if the kindness in your eyes fades into disappointment? What if, in trying to be honest, they lose you forever? These questions echo within them like a storm that never settles. But the angels assure you that this mistake, while real, is not the monster they believe it to be. It is not a defining moment, but rather a fleeting shadow passing through the light of something much greater. Their remorse is genuine, their regret deep, but perhaps in their sorrow, they have magnified their error far beyond its true size. What they see as unforgivable might, in truth, be something small in the vast landscape of love and human imperfection. You, dear soul, have always been gifted with extraordinary perception. You see beyond appearances, beyond words, straight into the heart of things. You understand what others cannot say, you feel what others try to hide. Your compassion and empathy have always been your greatest strengths, the light you offer to those lost in darkness. This person knows that. They have felt your warmth heal them before, your understanding lift them when they could not lift themselves. To them, you are the embodiment of grace, of love without condition. Now the angels ask, can you embody that grace again? Can you look into their eyes, past the fear, past the trembling confession, and see the truth that lives beneath it? A truth that says, I never meant to hurt you. I was just lost. Remember, love that endures is not love that has never been tested. It is love that has faced shadows and still chosen the light. The heart of the matter, the core that twists within this person, is not deceit or betrayal but fear. A fear of losing you, of being unworthy of your forgiveness. Their entire being trembles at the thought of your absence. Even imagining a world where you no longer stand beside them fills them with unbearable emptiness. Can you sense their torment? Can you feel their heart crying out not just for absolution but for understanding? Your angels want you to remember, nobody walks this earth without error. We are all shaped by both our victories and our mistakes, our light and our shadow. This person is punishing themselves far more than you ever would. They are caught in a loop of self-judgment, replaying the moment of their mistake like a film that never ends. And while they may not yet see it, their guilt is consuming them from within. The angels gently urge you to see their humanity, to remember that sometimes, even good people make choices they later regret. And when the moment comes, when this truth finally surfaces, you will stand at a crossroads. Your reaction will hold immense power. Your words, your energy, your compassion will either deepen the wound or begin to heal it. The angels ask you to speak softly, to listen with your heart as much as your ears. They whisper that you hold the power to be the balm for their wounded soul, the light that dissolves the darkness they've lived under for too long. If you can, remind them that their mistake does not define them. Their worth is not diminished by one misstep. Let them know that love, true love, whether it be romantic, familial, or soul level, has room for imperfection. It is not fragile, it is resilient. The angels are guiding you to embody that resilience now, to look not at what was broken but at what can be rebuilt. Your heart, dear one, is vast enough to hold pain and forgiveness side by side. You have done it before. You can do it again. Your soul knows that forgiveness is not about forgetting. It is about choosing peace over resentment, love over fear, understanding over pride. And in that choice, both you and the one who wronged you will find liberation. Take these words deeply into your spirit. Let them settle where wisdom lives. You are being prepared for something significant. A moment of truth, a test of grace. The angels do not bring this message to you to cause worry, but to ready your heart for the chance to heal something sacred. They want you to remember that every soul deserves a second chance. Not because mistakes should be excused, but because love is strongest when it chooses compassion over condemnation. When the time arrives, may your heart be open enough to see the divine lesson hidden within the pain. May your soul remember that healing does not come from closing doors, but from opening them gently with discernment and care. This is the moment the angels have been guiding you toward. A moment where you can be the mirror of divine love, where your compassion can transform guilt into growth. You are being asked to rise above fear and to see this person not as a sinner, but as a soul still learning, still growing, still yearning to be whole. And so we end with a prayer. Lord, grant them the wisdom to see beyond fear's veil, the compassion to embrace imperfection, and the strength to mend what has been strained. May their heart become a harbor of forgiveness, a resting place for those who seek redemption. May their words carry healing, and their presence be a light for those lost in remorse. Guide them, dear Lord, to choose the path of love, to rebuild what was broken and to find peace in the unfolding of grace. Your guardian angels have spoken. They have brought you to the edge of revelation, to the threshold of choice. The truth will soon reveal itself, and when it does, you will know what to do. Will you turn away in fear, or will you open your arms in forgiveness? Will you allow love to triumph over pain, or will you let the shadow of the past dictate the future? The answer rests within your heart. You already know what love calls you to do. The story that follows, the next chapter, depends on your courage, your faith, and your willingness to see the divine even in human imperfection. So listen closely to the whisper of your angels. They remind you, forgiveness is freedom, and love, when chosen despite fear, becomes divine. If this message resonates with you, type 1010 to claim its blessings. Let it serve as a reminder that healing is possible, that love endures, and that the light of understanding always outshines the darkness of doubt. And before you go, leave a few kind words for others who may stumble upon this message. You never know. Your compassion may be the very light someone else needs to find their way home.